Good morning, friends. Thank you so much for joining me today. Happy Sunday morning to you. It is a beautiful Sunday morning here in Northern Illinois. It is currently 32 degrees and it's expected to get up to 52, so that's really exciting. I hope everyone is well. Thank you so much to everyone that was able to join us yesterday for our Saturday evening stream. It was a lot of fun. Thanks again to my mom and Cheryl for being special guests. I had so much fun. And we were working on this quilt here. We were putting the binding on it. I only got the front half of it done. I still have to finish up the back half, but that is what the Whips and UFOs live stream is all about. So that's what we're going to be doing today. And if there's still some time left if we finish this in time, I've got some other projects that I can pull out as well. Excuse me, I apologize. I still have this stupid cough. One of these days it will go away. I'm hoping. For those of you who don't already know, this stream and yesterday's stream were dedicated to a little girl named Harper. If you guys are interested, please consider donating to her cause. Her family has set up a GoFundMe page. They are also offering bracelets and t-shirts and all kinds of raffles and fundraisers for her. If you check her out at hashtag HarperStrong in Facebook, you'll be able to check that out a little bit more. If you're interested in giving a monetary donation, you can do !HarperStrong in chat. It'll give you a link to her GoFundMe page, so please consider donating if you are able. Obviously, I know that times are really hard for a lot of people, and I am truly sorry about that. But if nothing else, please at least send a prayer up there for her, because the prayers are free. Thank you again so much to everybody for joining us. I see a bunch of people are popping into chat just now, so I'm going to go ahead and say hi to everybody real quick. Lucas is on his way back. Him and Tony went to a wedding yesterday, so Lucas is actually down in Southern Illinois with Tony, so he's actually going to be driving on his way back, so he's not going to be in chat for very long here. So if you do have a question for him, pop in there right now and ask away. Otherwise, we will have to get back with him on our next week's stream. Thank you, Lucas, for popping in that link. I'm sorry, guys. My brain has just completely shut off there for a moment. Very first thing is I like to give a very special shout out to the first person in chat, and that was once again Linda. So Linda, you were the first person yesterday, and you were the first person today. So good morning to you. Thank you so much for being here with us today. I am so glad to see you. If you want to be the first person in chat, you got to get there early, because some people are popping in there like half an hour before the stream starts. So if you want to be that very first person, make sure you pop in there for some bragging rights. Excuse me, again with a cough. I'm sorry. I did take cough medicine. I'm hoping it kicks in here soon. Let me pop into chat, say hello to everybody there, and then we're going to get started on this project. But I'd love to hear what you guys are working on. So make sure you tell me in chat what you're working on. Don't forget to post those pictures on Facebook. If you're not part of our group on Facebook, head over there and join us over there. It's if you do !FB in chat, it'll give you a link to that. There's also a link in the description box below if you're watching this after the channel, after the live stream. All right, so let me pop into chat, say hello to everybody, and then we're going to get started finishing up this quilt here. Hi, Brent46. Thanks again so much for joining us today. So great to see you. Hi, Terry. Terry's waving over there. Hello, hello. Good morning. Thank you so much for joining us today. Hi, Brenda. Good morning. Judy, good morning. So great to see you both. Thanks so much for joining us today. I see Lucas is in the house for a few minutes, so good morning to him. Thank you so much for joining us. Kelly says, howdy gang, I came from Shannon's live to here. Well, thank you so much for joining us, Kelly. We appreciate you being here. Good morning to you. I'm glad you found us. Hi, Gladys. Good morning. Gladys, we are all thinking about you. Gladys is having some surgery. I apologize, I don't remember which type of surgery, but she's having surgery on the 9th. So let's all give her a quick shout out, make sure she's feeling okay, give her a little prayer for warm wishes, well wishes on her surgery coming up. Patty, hello, good morning, thanks so much for joining us. How are you? I hope you are well. Terry says, I'm working on an FPP Fox for my granddaughter. She wants one in tulip pink fabrics. Oh my goodness. Brett 46 says, if you can, in a large glass, place a shot of lemon juice and equal amounts of honey and hot water, hot as you can stand, and mix well. Oh, for my cough? I might try that, Brett 46. Thanks for that heads up. I might try that. I have been taking some, I'm sorry, some cough medicine. I've been on, I told you guys this yesterday. I've been sick. This is now week 5, okay? I'm on week 5 of this horrible cold. It started with my allergies, and it just kind of turned into the sinus infection, which then turned into a whole bunch of other respiratory infections and everything else. It's just been awful. I've been on 2 different antibiotics. I've been on 2 different rounds of antibiotics, 4 different rounds of steroids. Wait. Yes, 4 different rounds of steroids and 3 different inhalers, because I also have asthma too. So I have been on all kinds of drugs for the last 5 weeks, and the good news is I think everything is pretty well good except for this cough. This is the only thing I still have left. But they do say the coughs can last 6 to 8 weeks. So, you know, it's not really something I'm looking forward to, but it is what it is. But I will try that, so thank you for that. I appreciate that. Brett 46 says, old-fashioned cough syrup in equal amounts of lemon and honey. Well, I'm going to try it. I appreciate the heads up. Thank you. Good morning, Linda Denton. Linda says the other Linda is in the house, so good morning to you. Thank you so much. Terry says she's playing glaucoma surgery. Yes, thank you. I couldn't remember what it was, Gladys. You told me about it yesterday, and I apologize. But we're all thinking about you. We're all hoping things go well for you. Again, it's a stupid cough. So, what do you guys think of the music today? I know not everybody was thrilled about the music yesterday, and that's okay. That's fine. I understand. I am just trying to play all kinds of different things to try and see what everybody likes. Today's music is a little bit more of a rock music, because I heard a lot of people like the heavier, the 80s rock bands. So this one is actually an 80s rock kind of mix. So if you guys liked it, let me know. If you don't like it, it's not your jam, that's okay. I understand. Just let me know. Yesterday was my favorite band in the whole wide world. They're called Neffex, Neffex. They're one of my favorite bands, and so that's why we were listening to that. Plus, it's a little bit more adult friendly, because with the After Dark edition, this one's a little bit more chill, a little bit more family friendly. So you guys don't have to worry about your little kiddos hearing something they shouldn't. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. I haven't even turned the machine on yet. That's how slow I am this morning. So yesterday we put the binding on the front side, and I went ahead and closed it up, and that's about as far as we got. So today what we're going to be doing is we're going to be flipping it over, and we're going to be sewing it to the back. Now, I always sew at the top, through the top, because I like to do a stitch in the ditch here along the edge of the quilt. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I can fold it over. So that's what I'm going to be doing. Brenda says she likes the music. All right, Brenda, I'm glad you do. It's a little loud in my ear. I feel like I'm shouting a little bit for you guys. I'm going to turn that down just a pinch. So, what else is everybody else working on? How was your weekend? What did you guys think of yesterday's stream? What do you think of this quilt? I want to know everything you guys are thinking about, talking about. Let's have some fun today, okay? I'm going to move this stuff over here so it's out of the way. All right, and I'm going to get started with this. So tell me, what are y'all working on? Are you guys ready for Christmas? Have you started working on your Christmas stuff? I'm assuming most of you are probably already done with Christmas stuff, I'm sure, because you're probably way more advanced at this stuff than I am. Just rolling this over here. Gonna get this under the machine to get it started. I've got my table set up right here to kind of hold everything down. I do have a quilting glove. I like to use one quilting glove on my left hand to help me guide the fabric underneath the machine. I think it just helps me out. My mother was making fun of me for it yesterday, but that's all right. That's all right. Excuse me. I can't have this cough. I'm sorry. Judy says, I missed yesterday's stream. Was out celebrating our anniversary. Well, Judy, happy anniversary to you. What year is your anniversary? 1 year, 5 year, 10 year? What is it? Was it a golden one? What kind of anniversary was it? And happy anniversary to you. That's really exciting. That is absolutely a great excuse to have missed our live stream. Don't you worry. So, I have my guided presser foot under the machine right now, but I might actually switch it out. This is not quite a 1/4 inch, and I don't want to throw myself off here. So let's see if I can measure it. Well, we'll try this. See how it works. 46 years. My goodness, Judy. God bless. Wow. Congratulations. That is amazing. That is absolutely amazing. Kelly said she's dug out some Christmas fabric and she started planning. She's going to get to working on that stuff this week. Kelly, I am with you. I have dug out some Christmas fabric. I'm starting to kind of go through my brain what I want to make. I don't normally make my Christmas gifts. Usually I purchase them like most people. But I do want to make some things for Christmas this year. Not necessarily gifts for my friends and family, but gifts for my coworkers and things like that. Well, I guess they're friends too. But I'd like to, I had a lot of fun making those scrunchies a few weeks ago, and I made a bunch of them for Halloween themed, and I brought them into work, and I could not believe, I think I made like 60 of them, and they all disappeared at work. It was so great. I was so great. It was so nice to see that. So I think I'm going to make some Christmas ones. I've got some fabric that I've got picked out for that, and then I've got some pencil cases. You guys saw me make the pencil cases with Susie a few weeks ago. I've been making some Christmas and Halloween pencil cases as well, and then I've just ordered some fabric to make some stockings. I'm gonna attempt. I don't know if it's gonna work or not, but I'm gonna attempt to make some stockings because I think that could be a lot of fun. So we're gonna try all of those things here in the next few weeks. Kelly says she has to make a runner, 2 mug rugs, and several coasters. My goodness. Judy says she's working on a quilted jacket. Wow, Judy, I bet that is beautiful. We'd love to see pictures of it if you want to post them on Facebook for us. We'd love to see that. All right, so here we go. 3 steps back. There we go. I like to go really, really slow with my binding because I like to make sure that it's nice and neat. So I'm going to be going pretty slow with this. Because the binding is the finishing touch, is the last step in a process with a quilt. Unless, of course, you put some people put the label on as a last step. I don't actually label my quilts. I know, I should label them, but I don't. I just haven't really found a great way that I just don't. I know everybody says that you should, and you're probably right. I should, but I just don't. I just don't like it. It's just not my thing, so I don't. But you know, if you do, that's great. It's just not my thing. I give away 99.9% of my quilts. I give away, and I don't give them away because I want somebody to remember who made them or the credit for it or anything like that. I just want them to use them. That's all. I don't care that, 10 years from now that they don't remember who gave it to them or who made it. That's not important to me. What's important to me is that they use it. Brenda says, I'm planning to make the folded pot holders, and the one I made for my mother-in-law was coveted, so I'm going to pass out a bunch of them this year. Folded pot holders. Hand puppet type of folded pot holders, Brenda? What kind of pot holders? I'm not sure I know what a folded pot holder is. I do have the inside, I forget what it's called. I'm looking at it. I forget what it's called, but it's like the heat resistant stuff, heat resistant batting that goes on the inside. I can't remember what the name of it is now. But I have 2 packages of that. Because I have made some pot holders before. That was going to be my ingenious idea to use up all my scraps. I was going to turn them into pot holders, but that turned out to be a lot more work than I thought it was going to be. So that didn't really work. That did not quite turn out the way that I wanted it to. So. I'm just going really slow, taking my time. This is what I like to call the folded binding method. Basically, you take a 2.5 inch strip, you take several 2.5 inch strips, you sew them together in a nice long strip. I sew them on the bias, so then that way you don't have too much bulk. And then you sew the raw edges to match up with the raw edges on the top of the quilt. So then that way you can like fold it around like this, and you get a nice clean edge to it on the front. That's how I do it. Most people put a label on in case of theft. Well, I mean, if I was showing these, I definitely would put a label on them for sure. Or if I was mailing them, things in that like that. But I gift mine away for the most part, so it's just not my thing. Charlie says, I put labels on because I make quilts for a particular reason, like for graduation. That makes sense. Yeah, if they were for a specific reason, then I could see that as well. I don't usually make mine for a specific reason. I just make them and then gift them away. Sometimes I have a particular person in mind that I want to give them to, but for the most part, I just make them and then gift them. I don't really have any specific reason why I give them away. But that's a good reason. That's a good point. Sorry. Brenda said, when I watched Antique Roadshow, what did she say? When I watched Antique Roadshow, the label made the quilts more valuable. Why not label to make your gift even better, just to who, your name, year, and the state? Morning, June! Brenda, that's a good point. That is absolutely a good point. It does give it more value. I have heard that as well. I have heard that is a good idea. Also, I've heard that does help with the value of them. Go. So last night after the stream ended, I was talking to my mom and Cheryl about the PMQs. And I'm trying to convince them both actually to join in the PMQ. I think they would both really enjoy it. I know that definitely my mom for sure. Cheryl doesn't sew as much as my mom does. She doesn't really have a space in her house to do that. It's more like a kitchen table kind of thing, which there's nothing wrong with that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with anyone that's sewing at their kitchen table. There's nothing wrong with that at all. In fact, before I had access to this bedroom, that's exactly where, or this cabinet, that's exactly where I was sewing. So I don't find there to be anything wrong with that at all. So I'm trying to convince her to join the PMQ, and then she can just like come either by my mom's house or by our house, by my house here, to join in. I'm trying to convince her. Let's see if we can win this war. But I think it could be fun. I think they would have a lot of fun and they would really enjoy it. I love the fact that, you guys know I'm a huge Cotton Cut fan. For budget reasons, I was not able to join the last two, but I am joining the Giving Tree or Living Tree of Life. I forget what it's called now. I am going to be joining that one. My mom is picking out my colorway for me. I've asked her to pick it out for me. She sent me two, and I'm Mom, if you're watching, I'm surprised by those. Those are surprising choices. And I really like both of the choices that you've picked. So you just need to tell me which one you prefer over the other so I can try to pick that one first. So that'll be a lot of fun. Brenda says folded star pot holders. Debbie Shore has a video with a free pattern. Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about. I've seen those. Okay, gotcha. I love the M equals PMQ. I figured I'd try it. If I hate it, I will never do it again. Now I can't wait for December for the Tree of Life. Yes, Tree of Life. Thank you. Terry, I'm so glad that you enjoy it. I'm so glad that you enjoy it. I've always enjoyed it myself. I just could not join the last two for, like I said, for budget reasons. But I will be joining the Tree of Life one. So I'm really excited to get back into it. I've also got a couple of things planned here in the next couple of months that you guys will be seeing with regards to cotton cuts. So I can't give too much away just yet, but you guys will be seeing that coming up soon. I'm really excited to share that with you. So if you have not joined a PMQ and you are interested, I will be joining the next one and we'll be doing them live on our videos. So if you're worried about, you want a tutorial or you want somebody to help you out with it, we will be doing them live here on this channel. I just have to figure out the scheduling of it first. But we will be doing them live here on this channel. So you can work with me, you can pull your stuff up together and we can all do it together. Good morning, Gazelle. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Good morning. So glad you found us. This time change is going to throw everybody off for a couple weeks. I don't even know what time it is by you guys. But I know for us, we got an extra hour of sleep this morning, which we didn't really actually sleep for the hour. Mr. Wizard and I were up, but it was just like we feel like there's this extra hour and we don't know what to do with ourselves. So it's going to throw us off for a little bit. The dogs were not happy. Not happy at all this morning. They did not understand. They were not happy. Poor puppies. They were not happy this morning. Lucy says, good afternoon. Hi, Lucy. So great to see you. Happy Sunday afternoon to you. Hi, Tracy. Good morning. Thanks so much for joining us. Happy Sunday morning to you. Thanks so much. Kelly says, we did fall back. Time change too. It's 9:22 a.m. Pacific time. Feels like about noon. I feel that. I understand. Terry says, I fell asleep and woke up 8 times last night. Every hour, almost on the hour. The time change doesn't help with insomnia. No, Terry, I'm with you, hon. I also suffer from insomnia, and I didn't wake up every hour, but I did wake up quite a few times between last night and this morning. It kept checking the clock, and it was like a different time. It was just so strange. So yeah, I agree with you. 100%. Kelly says Ferris was a bit unsure this morning as well. Yeah, our dogs were not happy. It wasn't a matter of them being unsure; they just weren't happy. But they're spoiled. They get fed at a very specific time every day, Sunday through Saturday, and with these time changes, they do not like it. Terry says I did every hour. My eyes are droopy. Oh, Terry, I'm sorry to hear that. Go have some coffee, girl. Maybe that'll help. Coffee in ya. We had breakfast this morning. We had our virtual breakfast with our kids this morning. You guys, if you follow the channel, you know that the first Sunday of every month we have a virtual breakfast with our kids. We got to see 4 out of the 5 of them. The 5th one actually was at work this morning. She works she restocks the shelves for Target, so she was actually at work at 4 a.m. this morning. So she popped in real quick just to say good morning to all of us on her lunch break at 9:30 in the morning. But she did pop in real quick to say hello, so it was unfortunate we didn't actually get to chat with her, but she did send us an update on how things are going with her, so that's great. But we got to see the rest of them, which is always wonderful. My Mr. Wizard and I love this time of the month. We love to have this time with them every month, to connect with them, see how everybody's doing, see what everybody's up to, things like that, how school is going, stuff like that. And we were also making our holiday plans as well, because a couple of our kids are out of state, so we got to figure out how to get them home. So we were talking about that as well. Looks like Mr. Wizard and I are going to be taking a little road trip here in November to take one of them back to school. So that'll be fun. Brenda, it looks like I'm coming down by you. I'm going to be by Western Kentucky for a day or two. Gisela says it was the last time with the time change here, thankfully. Oh, so you guys are not going to change back is what you're saying? That's really cool. Good morning, Chloe. Hi, how are you? I hope you are well. Hi, Teresa. Good morning. I don't think I saw you pop in earlier. Good morning. Or afternoon, if it's your afternoon. Sorry. Excuse me. Right. My mom's watching me. I don't think Mama's in chat, or watching us, but if she was, she'd probably be yelling at me for how slow I'm sewing. But I like to, especially the binding, I like to take my time and go really slow, just to make sure that it looks as nice as it possibly can. But this is really the finishing touch on any quilt, so I like to take a little bit of extra time and make sure that it looks nice. And I'm cutting threads as I'm going here. You'll be happy to know, Mama Cheryl, if you're watching. I'm cutting threads as I'm going. I wait to see what tucks under and what doesn't, and then I go from there. So that's where I'm pulling. You guys see me, I keep pulling out the little clippers to clip off some threads and things like that as I'm going. And I'm kind of a little bit concerned about my bobbin thread. I wouldn't really say low this morning, but I'm not sure if I'm going to actually have enough thread to finish it. So we'll have to wait and see. We're going to play a little bit of a game of a race here. We'll see. Excuse me. Kelly says, when our two were in college in Alberta, they would fly home for 2 weeks at Christmas. It's a bit over an hour's flying between Calgary and Abbotsford. Abbotsford? I'm terrible with phonics. I hope that's how I was supposed to pronounce it. Gilzell says, I'm sorting and changing around in my sewing room. Kelly wants to know what width of binding do I use. Kelly, I use 2.5. I use 2.5 inches. Excuse me. I have tried using, it gives me a little bit of extra in the back, which I'm not super thrilled about, but I've tried using 2.25 or even a 2 inch, and I just don't like the way it looks. So I always end up with a good 1/2 inch on the back end, on the back side of overlap, but I'm okay with that. I'm okay with it now. I wasn't at first, and I tried to like mess with other sizes, and I just found that I like the 2.5 inch. The best. So I use that with the 1/2 inch overhang. Good question. I did try 2.25 and it just didn't, to me it didn't look right. And then I tried 2 inches and it was way too tight. There was a lot of times where I wasn't catching that, the binding on the back, because I'm not a super great sewer. If you are a super great sewer, then a 2 inch would probably work okay for you, but I'm not. So that's why I take my time. Take my time, I go slow. I'd rather make it look as nice as I can by going slow. Mama Harden says, hello all new to the channel, glad to be here. Oh Mama, good morning. Thank you so much for joining us. We love making new friends. Speaking of new friends, I totally forgot to tell you guys, this number up here, totally wrong. Yesterday, thank you so much to Teresa Louise for promoting our channel. I'm not sure where she did it. I tried to catch where she did it to thank her. But this number is actually 530. I didn't get a chance to change it this morning. We got so many new subscribers yesterday. So if you're a new subscriber, please make sure you say hi in chat, because I would love to say hello to you individually. If I could, I would thank every single one of you individually, but I can't. So, good morning, Mama. Welcome to the channel. It is so great to see you. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you have a great time. Gazelle says, I love the 2.5 inch too. Yeah, me too. Absolutely. Brenda says, how long of a drive for you to Kentucky? We were looking at it this morning. It looks like it's about 6 hours, 6 or 7 hours. So it's going to be a little bit. It's definitely going to be a 2-day trip. We're not going to try and do that in one day. So the plan is right now to drive down Saturday and drive back up Sunday after Thanksgiving. So we'll see how it goes. Yes, Terry, I know. Yeesh, 530. I know, I couldn't believe that. I was watching the replay yesterday. And you guys know when you watch the replay on your phone, next to my name, you'll see a little number, and that's the number of subscribers. And I just happened to look down at the number, and I'm like, oh my God. So, yeah, so really exciting. So thank you. Welcome to everybody that's new. I really appreciate you all being here. Absolutely. Kelly says, thanks, Danny. I was just wondering, I use 2 1/4, but I sew on the back side first, then I flip it over and sew it down. That is where the result of my experiment. That is just the result of my experimenting. Kelly, I do the opposite. So I sew on the front side and I flip over, and then I sew again on the front side through to the back. So I get a little bit of that like I said, that I get that extra 1/2 inch of overhang. But I use 2 1/2. But I have, like I said, tried 2 1/4, and I've tried 2, and the 2 1/4 is probably okay. But again, I struggle a little bit with folding it over, catching it every time. So I've stuck with the 2 1/2 because it gives me that little bit of extra. Naomi says, good morning. Selling a new carbon monoxide alarm, battery included, is already dying. Wow. That is an excellent reminder, though, Naomi. Thank you very much for all of you who do daylight savings time, and even for those of you who don't. At least twice a year, you should be checking your fire alarm and your carbon monoxide detectors. Now is a great time to change those batteries if you need to. It's also a great time to flip your mattress around, too. This is a great reminder, since this happens twice a year, and all of those things are 6-month rotation type of situations. It's a great time of the year to do those things. So thanks for that reminder, Naomi. So reminder to everybody else, make sure you're checking those fire alarms and things. Kelly says 7 hours is nothing. We drove the kids back and forth to Alberta, and it was 12 hours. Yeah, no, I agree. A 7-hour drive is not that big of a deal. We're just not sure we want to do it all in one day. I agree, Kelly. Just use whatever works and is your preferred method. For sure, 100%. For sure, 100%. Yeah. But yeah, I could not believe when I saw that yesterday. I looked at Mr. Wizard and I'm like, oh my gosh. So normally you guys know that when we get a new subscriber while we're doing a live stream, a little thing pops up in the center of the screen and we get this like really cool music. And for some reason yesterday that did not work at all, because otherwise we would have just been spammed with that. So I don't know what happened there. I don't know why it didn't work. But either way, if you're a new subscriber, thank you so much for joining us. Welcome to the channel. We love making new friends. And please make sure to say hi in chat. You don't have to participate in chat the whole time, but at least just say hi so that I can say hi back. And if you are new to the channel and you're seeing some information about thimbles in chat and you want to know a little bit more about that, just let me know and I'd be happy to explain it to you. Because I did not pop up my thimbles. So let me do that real quick. Judy says, when I drive to Illinois, it's 10 hours and I do it in one day. Yeah, a 10-hour drive one day is no big deal. I can't believe I didn't pop this up here. Hang on. Here we go. Ooh, that's a little low. Let's see if we can move that up a little bit. There we go. Excuse me. I usually turn that off when I have guests on the channel because it takes up the space right here where the guests would normally sit. So I usually turn that off and I forgot to turn it back on. So there you go. Sorry about that. All right. Let's keep going. Moving right along. When I drive and I do it all one day. Yeah, 10-hour drive. I mean, we drove, my girlfriend and I drove down to Texas from where we're at here in Northern Illinois. That one was like a 17-hour drive, 18-hour drive. We did that in one day. It's not a matter of the distance that we need to drive in one day. That's not so much a problem. It's the driving back. So it's, it would be, for us, it would be a 7-hour down, and then it would be another 7 hours back. That's already 14 hours of the day. Plus, we wanted to spend a little bit of time with our daughter, see her campus, things like that. So that's why we've decided we're probably going to do it in a 2-day trip. Plus, we're not entirely sure when she can be on campus. We're not sure if her campus opens on Saturday or opens on Sunday. If it doesn't open till Sunday, then we're going to drive down Saturday, stay the night, drop her off Sunday, and then come back home. So, plus, Mr. Wizard and I both have to be at work that Monday morning. So, if we're going to do a long drive like that, we want to make sure we have some time to recoup. Oh, looks like somebody's starting a heist over there, so make sure you get in on that. I think Lucas has left already. Otherwise, I would ask him to give Mama some extra thimbles to play around with. So I do apologize for that. But if you come back next week, I'll make sure that he gets you some. Lucas is our moderator. He is actually in Southern Illinois right now visiting my daughter. He will be back. He's driving back, so he's actually in the car right now. Brenda says, I just can't take those long hour drives. 3.5 hours is about all I can do. Some people can. I mean, I understand that. I mean, we do take breaks on those long drives. We usually stop every 2.5 to 3 hours just to get up and stretch, because you guys know I have back issues, so I have to be careful with that. But, the girls and I have been on road trips every year since they were little. So we've really gotten used to these longer trips. So it's not, the driving is not an issue for us. Not an issue at all. Mr. Wizard doesn't normally go with us, so I'm sure the long drive is not as something that he is necessarily used to. But he'll do it. He doesn't have a problem doing the drive. It's just not something he does all the time like we do. Alright, spinning this around. There we go. Excuse me. Looking pretty good, guys. I loved this fabric line. This was the Olympia PMQ. I absolutely loved this fabric line. It was called Kaleidoscope by Michael Miller's, which I love Michael Miller's fabric. I love the bright bold colors of Michael Miller's fabrics. But this one was called Kaleidoscope by Michael Miller. It was so beautiful. I absolutely loved it. I wish I had thought about it a little bit sooner, and I would have bought some more of the fabric just to have in my stash because I loved it so much. Bye, Kelly. Hi, Dawn. Good morning. Thanks so much for joining us. Kelly said she had to head out. She should actually get some sewing done of her own. No problem, Kelly. We understand. Judy says, I make plenty of stops along the way. Absolutely. Yep. Dawn, it's so good to see you. Dawn sent me a message on yesterday's stream and said she was sorry she couldn't make it. Dawn, never apologize. There are so many more things in this world that are more important than our live stream, but I appreciate the message, and I appreciate the fact that you were able to catch the replay. And I did forward a copy of your comment about Mom Joyce having some new headgear for Christmas. I sent that over to her, and she laughed. She thought that was funny, and she's totally game for that too. I told her, I said, next time you come on, I'll give you some new headgear. So she'll be switching out hats. So it'll be fun. I do not have the next After Dark edition scheduled yet because I'm not sure what my schedule is going to be like in December. I'm going to be adding some extra streams in December, not on Saturdays, but on a different day. I can't tell you a lot about it yet. But I'm going to be adding some extra streams in December, so things are going to be pretty hectic and crazy in December as it is. Plus, you know, with the holidays and everything else, so it's going to be a little crazy. So the next After Dark edition may not end up being until January. We just have to kind of wait and see. November's already booked up. The next one would be in December if we're going to have another one. I just don't know when that is or what we'll be doing yet. So we'll have to wait and see. The Mad Hatter. That's funny. Donna's funny. The Mad Hatter. Yeah, she's totally down with it. She's like, I'm good with it. She's silly like I am, so it's not a problem. You guys know me and my silly hats, so you totally get it. And if I hadn't had to cancel my Halloween stream, you guys would have been able to see a silly hat of mine because I have a couple of them. But unfortunately, I had to cancel that stream because I wasn't feeling well. So I probably could have still worn the hat, but I put them away. Yeah, I put them away already. Sorry. Otherwise, I probably should have just worn it anyway, so you guys could have seen it. Ugh. I got really thirsty all of a sudden. Yum, yum, yum. Water. That is lemon flavored. It's lemonade flavored water. It's really good. I love lemonade. It's one of my favorite refreshments. It's just, to me, it's just so refreshing. Lemonade is definitely one of my favorites. Brenda says, I've ordered the Iris from Legit Kits through Donna, handmade by Ying. That's Harper's grandmother. Plus, I got a Christmas box from Yvette, and I will be busy. Yeah, that is really, really busy, yeah. Oh, looks like we've got a new subscriber. Thank you so much, Greg, for subscribing. You'll have 5 more minutes before you can participate in chat, but thank you very much for subscribing. We appreciate it. We love having new friends. I'm not sure why my subscriber thing is not working. I don't know why it's not working, but it should have, like, announced you and given me this whole thing. I don't understand. I turned it off, maybe? Well, here, I can do it manually. Oh, please. There we go. Welcome. Thank you for that. 5 more minutes and you'll be able to participate in chat. We can't wait to talk to you. I need to see if I can shorten that time frame because I don't think we need to wait a whole 5 minutes. I think we can wait like 3 minutes or something. I have to see if I can find it. But welcome. We appreciate you being here. Oh, did it flash across the screen? I didn't see it. Well, I got it to go again, so you got it twice. Agnes says, hello, here briefly, we'll watch the replay. No problem, Agnes, we understand. Thanks so much for joining us. Appreciate you popping in to say hello. It was so great to see you yesterday, too. Thank you. Excuse me. Coughing up a storm day. Teresa's playing those slot machines. She's trying to win something. I'm not sure what she's trying to win, but she's trying to win something. And just a reminder to everybody else, don't forget you can trade in those thimbles for prizes. If you do exclamation point prizes in chat, you can see which prizes you can earn. I try and mail them out at least once a month. I didn't have any redemptions for the month of October, so I didn't have anything to mail, so it was really weird. So if you guys have prizes, make sure you redeem them so that I can mail them to you. I have no problem paying the postage. Available to everyone in the U.S. and Canada. Right now, I can't ship overseas, but I am trying to work on that. I'm desperately trying to fix that. So what is everybody making for Christmas? I know some people have said that what they're making already. Anybody got any other Christmas ideas? I'm kind of looking for some ideas here, things I could start making. And I'm still trying to find, I told you guys, I mentioned this once before, I'm still trying to find an advent calendar pattern that's not embroidery or I'm trying to find a piecing block pattern. Not one that's, what's the word I'm looking for, guys? You know what I'm talking about? Applique. One that's not applique. I have not found one yet. I'm still looking. If anybody of you out there makes your own patterns and wants to have that challenge of making an advent calendar pattern, I am absolutely for it. I'd be happy to work with you on it. But I am looking for one. I'd like to have one. Probably not for this year. It's a little late to try and do something for this year. But I would really like to have something for the Vlogmas season next year. Judy says she's making her daughter and boyfriend pillowcases. Ooh, that sounds like fun. Are they quilted pillowcases, I assume? I assumed that they would be quilted ones. Threads here. Came through. I don't pin my binding or clip it or do any of that. I just kind of hand hold it. So that's why I sew a few inches and then I fold it over and I hold it snug and then I sew a few more inches, and it's probably one of the reasons why it takes me so long to do. But I don't mind it. I don't mind that it takes me a while. My bobbin is still spinning, so I haven't run out of bobbin thread yet. That's good. Ron says, "What is the deal with the skull and crossbones allowing us to win slots? All of it but scratching my head. All for it, but scratching my head." You know what, Dawn? I'm not sure. That's a Lucas thing. Lucas handles the slots. I have no idea how any of that works. He sets all that up, so I don't think this. I don't know. I wish I knew the answer to that, hon, but I don't. And Lucas is driving right now, so he can't answer it for us. So I can try and remember to ask him about it later. Halloween was last Thursday. There's Greg. Oh, Barbara. Okay. She says, "Thank you all for the welcome, Barbara." Okay, well, Barbara, it's so great to see you. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm so glad you're in chat now. Yay! You can play along with us. Welcome. Judy says, "No, not quilted, going to do the burrito method." Oh, okay. I understand that method. Yeah, well, that's great. You know what? Homemade pillowcases, they last so much longer than the store-bought ones. I think they're great. Oh, Brad said it was Tuesday. Lucas hasn't changed it yet. No, he's been busy. Janky. I'll let him know about it. He can go in. He doesn't have to be on the live stream to fix that. He can fix that off of camera. So I'll send him a note about it. Thanks for letting me know. I appreciate it. At least for now, take advantage, because usually the skull and crossbones means you don't win. So Take advantage while you can. Judy says, I sew my binding in the front and then glue it down in the back and then stitch down. Oh, okay. Yeah, I just hold it. I try to avoid pins as much as I possibly can because I hate pinning myself. And I have the binding clips, the Wonder clips. I have those. I could use those as well. And sometimes I do that for the corners, but otherwise I really don't worry about it. Oh, I think I've run out of bobbin thread. I have. Well, lost that race, didn't I? I had a feeling I was going to. I suspected I was going to. Yep, it's all empty. Let me go ahead and change that out real quick. Okay, I messed up something with the music. It's playing the same song over and over again. Let's see if I can fix that too. Sorry guys, a little bit of maintenance. Hang on. Excuse me. Roll that one after the stream. That was my last one. I always keep 2 bobbins of every color available to me if I can. And I was apparently on my last one. So I see. Let's try a different song, shall we? Let's see if that works better. Alright, let's get back to this. I think I had, I had just left it when, pull this back. Alright, let's try again. Gazelle says, sorry to go. Sorry, have to go. Thanks, Danny and Lucas. Oh, no problem, Gazelle. We understand. We appreciate you being here for as long as you can. Thank you so much for that. I meant to tell you guys a couple weeks ago when my mom was on the channel, we made no slip sewing machine pedal pads. Let me show you one here. I got one. We made these. I have one on the floor right now under my pedal, and it's a game changer. I'm telling you, it's a complete game changer. It was so much. It was a little challenging to make it because we didn't want to hand sew this tube thing here. We were kind of being stubborn about it. We really didn't want to hand sew it. But it was a little challenging to make this tube thing, but we figured it out, and then we made these, and I actually gave my mom one yesterday. It's a game changer. I'm not chasing the pedal around on the floor anymore. It's so great. So if you guys got some of this grippy, no-slip stuff, we use it in our kitchen, in the shelving, for the shelves, and I use it under my cutting board, on my counter. My mom uses it under rugs on her tile floor. We'll use it for all kinds of things, but if you guys have a little bit of that, make yourself one. It's a complete game changer. I love it. Brenda says she's hungry now for something. But nothing sounds good. Yeah, I know. I've been there. This cold has made it so I don't have COVID. I didn't have COVID. It wasn't like I lost my sense of taste or anything, but I just wasn't hungry. Yeah, it was the stupid cold. Dawn says it's been a hectic weekend trying to catch everything up, including the channel. No, Dawn, we completely understand. For those of you who don't already, make sure you go follow Dawn on her channel. She also has a blog as well. If you do !Dawn in chat, it'll give you a link. Go follow her, hang out with her. She is so talented. Oh my goodness. Just so talented. It's just amazing. Absolutely amazing. Dawn says, your mystery quilt is gorgeous. Oh, well, thank you, Dawn. I appreciate that very much. Yeah, this one is the Olympia. This is not Village Green. This was Olympia. So this was the last. There was 2 of them ago, I think. Or no, this was the last one because you guys are working on Carnival right now. Yeah, so this one was This one was 2 PMQs ago. There you go, Dawn. Thank you for that. Yes, Naomi, they do. They make great jar openers as well. Yes, absolutely. I use them for a lot of things. A lot of things. Like I said, I have one underneath my wooden cutting board in my kitchen so that it doesn't slide around. My mom uses them underneath her. We use them in the kitchen cabinets with our glasses, especially our glasses, so that they don't slide around on the cabinet, so we don't accidentally knock one down. Excuse me. My mom uses them underneath her rugs on her hardwood flooring and on her tile, so they work really well for that too. Yeah, they're so great. They work so well. But I have an extra roll of it from when we redid our kitchen because I lined all of my cabinets. Because all of the bottoms of all of my kitchen cabinets in my new kitchen are all drawers. So because they're drawers and the stuff in them is constantly moving, I lined the bottom of the drawers with this mat, so then that way the dishes and things that are inside the drawers don't slide back and forth when I'm moving the drawers in and out. So I bought a bunch of rolls to have, and I have like 3/4 of a roll extra. So I've been trying to find something to do with them, and so these mats actually worked out really well. Dawn says, Mom made me a jar opener, helps me with the molasses jar and the big jar of vanilla. Oh yeah, good call. That is a good idea. That could be a fun pattern, Dawn. Do you know the pattern for that? I might want to try making one of those. Or send us a picture of what it looks like. Maybe we can figure out how to make the pattern for it. That could be fun. But like I said, I'm looking for ideas to make this stuff with because I've got a huge roll of it still. I'm just trying to figure out what to do with it. Excuse me. Don does not email you a picture. Be right back. No problem. Thank you. I appreciate that. I would like to see what it looks like. See if maybe it's something we can make on the channel. I'm always looking for ideas of those fun little projects that we can do on our Saturday streams. For sure. Barbara, if you're still with us, what project are you working on? We would love to know. And Barbara, if you're interested, if you have a Facebook account, you can follow us on Facebook. If you do !FB in chat, it'll give you a link. We like to share a bunch of stuff over there. That is the only way that I really get to communicate with you guys other than through comments. I mean, this way you guys can share pictures and links and you can give me recommendations and things like that. So I really love our Facebook group. It's my favorite way of being able to communicate with you guys and hang out with you guys there too. Don't get me wrong, YouTube is awesome, but I really like the Facebook group because it allows me to see what you guys are working on, not just hear about it. If you don't have a Facebook group, but you'd still like to share with us what you're working on, you're more than welcome to email me. My email address is listed in the description of this video and every video, if you're interested in that. Or you can do !email in chat, and I'm going to give you my email address. I love hearing from you guys any way you want to contact me, whatever way that is. I'd love to hear from you guys. Thank you, Terry, for doing that for me. I appreciate you throwing that link up there. Thank you very much. Lucas is not here. Otherwise, he's really great at doing that. But unfortunately, he's not here. So I appreciate you stepping up to the plate and taking care of that for me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Somebody is playing the slots, which is fine. That's what they're there for. Looks like you guys are winning and losing today. Glad you guys are having a good time. Just tucking and rolling here. Or I guess rolling and then tucking. I guess that's what I'm doing. Carrie says, I just ordered the backing from Cotton Cuts for the Village Green. Why not? I was searching elsewhere first. At least it will match. That's usually what I end up doing, Terry. I usually end up buying the backing because Cotton Cuts usually around clue 6, I think it is. They'll send you the final dimensions for the quilt, so then that way you can start thinking about the backing fabric. And so I usually end up buying my backing fabric from them. Just because in that way I know it will match 100% and I don't have to worry about it. But yeah, no, I totally understand that. In fact, like I said, with this kaleidoscope fabric, I loved it so much I tried to look for it elsewhere. And unfortunately, by time I tried to look for it, it was sold out just about everywhere, which really stinks. I should have looked into it a little bit sooner. In fact, there's a fabric line right now for the next Cotton Cuts PMQ that's going to be coming out that I really like that I probably won't do the quilt in. I probably won't be doing my PMQ in, but I might check out the fabric because I really like it. So I might see if I can't just get some of the fabric for it because it looked really pretty. It's nice to finish a quilt though. Yeah, Terry, I agree with you 100%. I think that's why I've been really liking making these scrunchies and these little pencil bags and things. It's the the instant gratification. It's the I finished something, you know, the sense of accomplishment that I'm getting because it's something small and simple and quick and easy to do. So I think that's why I'm liking doing these little projects here and there because it really gives me a sense of being able to accomplish something. Because anyone that makes a quilt knows that it's a lengthy process. It's definitely not something that happens overnight. I mean, unless of course you can dedicate 24/7 to it, but I can't do that. My quilts take quite a while to do. I usually only finish about four of them a year because of the amount of time that they take me. Because I'm a weekend warrior. I am only usually in my sewing room on the weekends. It's very rare that I get the opportunity to come in here during the week. It's just not something I'm usually able to manage to do. So they put up more colorways this morning. Oh, I'll have to let Mom know because I told my mom that she needs to pick out the colorways. So I told her to keep an eye on it. She had picked out 2 that she liked, so I'll send her a note and tell her to check it out again just to make sure. We have until December to make our decisions because the sign up doesn't start until December, so we've got a whole month to kind of plan what we want to do. And I did tell her to pick 3 choices, first, second, and third, just in case by the time I get to it, because I did not participate in Village Green, so I will not. So one of the cool things about the PMQ program, if you guys are new to it, one of the really cool things is if you're working on a PMQ, you will be given a link via email, usually a link to an early bird early access of the next PMQ. So you guys will actually get access to it the day before it goes live. So you guys get like first choice. And a lot of the colorways sell out before they even make it to the public to be able to do. So you guys are going to have an advantage over me because you're going to get access to that link. So you'll be able to sign up for it a little bit early, one day earlier. So if you are working on a PMQ right now, keep an eye on your emails when it gets close to the sign up in December. Probably 11/29, 11/30, somewhere in there, you'll get your own link to be able to sign in. So check that out. That's something really cool and fun that they do as their way of thanking the current detectives. Yep, December 1st at 7 a.m. That's when it opens to the public, I think. But I thought it was the current detectives get it the day before. I could be wrong. Maybe they've changed it, but that's the way it used to be when I participated in the last couple of them. Hi, Katie. Good morning. Thanks so much for joining us. Well, I guess it's probably afternoon now, so good afternoon. We started the stream a little late, so we're going to be running a little late today. Normally our stream ends at 12:30 Central Time, but today it will run until 1 p.m. Central Time. The first Sunday of every month, we have a virtual breakfast with our children. We have 5 daughters, all of which are either in college or recently graduated from college or in graduate school. So we have a virtual breakfast with them the first Sunday of every month because they are all, well, I shouldn't say they're all in different states, but a lot of them are in different states. Or they're at school, so we don't get to have them. When the kids were little, they were with us every other weekend, and then they were with their other parent the other weekend. And so we would do Sunday morning breakfast at our house. And it was Sunday morning breakfast, and then after breakfast, it was hobby time. We had Sundays were for hobbies. We had one of our daughters was a painter, so she liked to paint. 2 of my daughters would sit in front of a sewing machine, and they would make some stuff on a sewing machine. I had another daughter that used to like to make cards, greeting cards. And then the 5th daughter, she couldn't really decide what she wanted, what she liked, so she just kind of always helped somebody else with something. So she was always doing a little bit of something. So it was a lot of fun. And usually I was hopping in between helping them out, or I was cooking something fun, or who knows what I was doing. But that used to be our time, and so we've tried to keep that Sunday morning breakfast tradition at least after the kids went off to college, as a way for us all to kind of reconnect, and hopefully keep the kids a little grounded. Not make it so they're not quite so homesick. If they have a dedicated time that they get to talk to us and we get to spend time with them. So we all sit down for an hour, and we only have 2 rules. 1, you have to have your camera on so we can see your face because they're all beautiful, and 2, you have to be eating something. It is time for breakfast, so you have to eat something. So one of our daughters actually had a sugar cookie. That was her breakfast. She's eating something. It's all that matters. That's the only rule. You gotta be eating something. So it's a lot of fun. We really enjoy it. We're really grateful that they wake up early on a Sunday morning to spend the time with us. Judy says she thinks she's going to try it this time. She hasn't done one yet. Well, Judy, if you are going to try it, which I was so excited for you that if you will. I will be joining this next one. I will be doing it. We will be doing a live stream once a month with it. So if you want help with it, if you want to work with somebody on it live, you can absolutely do that for me, or there's a bunch of other content creators that are doing it as well. But I will be doing it live here on my channel. We'll set aside one episode every month to do it, and I'm trying to convince Mom Joyce to go in on it with me. I'm trying to convince her to get her own, so then that way we can each have a colorway, so it'll be nice and fun. It'll be a lot of fun. But so I'm trying to convince her. We'll see if it works. But if you're interested in joining and you want to have somebody kind of there with you to help you walk you through it and help you out with it, now is going to be a great time to do that, because I'm going to be doing these live. I used to do them as pre-recorded videos, so it was a little bit more difficult. I mean, I did try to show you guys a tutorial on things, but now I'm going to be doing them live, so then that way we can do them together. We can work on them together, so that'll be a lot of fun. So I'm really excited about that. Thank you, Dawn. Dawn says, email sent Danny. Thank you very much for that. Katie says she's thinking about doing the Merrimack Worm since she wants fall colors. Cool, that looks fun. Judy says she likes the Rust and Bloom. Well, that sounds like fun too. Katie says, Patty, I'm using my beautiful rose pincushion today. Oh, that's right, ladies. If you've got to see these. If you're on any type of Facebook, Patty makes these beautiful rose pincushions. They're absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. If you're interested in that, make sure you reach out to Patty, get in touch with her. I'm sure that there's a way for her to reach out to you guys. to get in touch with her to get one. They're absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Patty, do you have like a website or Etsy shop or something that we could set up? If you do, send me an email with the link for it, and I'll get you set up with a link on our YouTube page so that people can get in touch with you. If it's just an email address or whatever it is, just send me an email. Tell me how people can get in touch with you to get one of those, and we'll make sure to promote it a little bit more on our channel for you, okay? Because they're gorgeous. They're absolutely gorgeous. I don't know how she makes them, but they're beautiful. Mama Joyce has picked out my colorway this year. I'm letting her pick out my colorway. So she picked out 2 of them that she likes so far, but I'm going to send her the link again and tell her that they've added more colorways so she can look again. So I don't know which one I will be doing yet because she's going to pick it out for me. As soon as I do know, though, I will let you guys know in case you want to join in and do the same colorway. Although I think it's more fun if we all do different colorways, because it's amazing how different the quilts look. They're all the exact same pattern, but they all look so much different just based on the different colors. It's always so fascinating to me how different they look. I apologize if you can hear a car rumbling in the background. Apparently one of my neighbors is having trouble with their exhaust because it's a little loud. All right. There we go. Got a little jammed up there for a second. There we go. All right. Pull them over. I go pretty slow when I'm sewing the bindings on because I like to make sure that they're nice and tight and straight. I'm a little crazy when it comes to that, so I like to go really slow. Oh. Carrie says, too many choices. A few I do like very much. I like the Hoffman Batik. This time I did a very subdued colorway. It's pretty, but I like bold better. Oh yeah, I am usually all for the bold colors. Yeah, absolutely. The bold colors are usually the ones I go for. But like I said, this time I've left the control up to Joyce, my mom Joyce. So we'll have to wait and see what it looks like. I'm a little nervous, but I think it's gonna look great no matter what. So. But there is one of the fabric choices that I really, really like the fabric colors. So I'm actually gonna see if I can't find that in like those fabrics in like a fat quarter bundle or something, because I really, really like those fabrics together. So I'm gonna see if I can't find it. Add a little bit more to my stash, right? Nothing wrong with that. Dawn said laundry, BRB. No problem, Dawn. Mr. Wizard does our laundry. He does it on Sundays for us. I'm happy to do the folding, but he does the washing and drying for me while I'm doing my stream. It's nice. He's so nice. In case you missed it yesterday, Mr. Wizard entered some of his cars. I've shown them to you guys on the channel before, but he entered a couple of his cars into a competition at one of his model shows yesterday, and he won. He won a bronze and a silver medal, which is just so cool. He actually entered 5 or 6 cars, it wasn't just those two. He entered 5 or 6 of them, but 2 of them actually won prizes. One of them won a bronze and one of them won a silver. I posted pictures of it on our Facebook and our Instagram. I apologize that they're not quilting related, but I was just so proud of him, and I thought it was just so cool that he won. He's entered the contest quite a few times before. I think this is his 3rd time joining in these competitions, and he's never won before, but he's always learned something new, and so he went into this one expecting not to win anything, you know, because like I said, he hasn't won anything before, and he was a judge too, so he didn't even know if he was going to be eligible, but he did. He ended up winning, so that was really cool. He was really happy about that. He was really grateful. It was really cool to see. He's got those 2 particular cars have now been cased. He's got cases for them. He bought cases for them, so he's had them put in a case and put them each in a case, and sorry for the car if you guys can hear it, and so that's really cool. Oh, looks like we're just about at the end here. Terry says, make sure Joyce isn't drinking when she chooses. That is a good point. Well, like I said, she's got the whole month of November to figure it out, so I'm going to keep asking her 4 or 5 times. But that is a very good point, Terry. Very good point. Because I did send them to her yesterday before the stream, and she did pick out some before the stream, but I'm probably going to send them to her again just to make sure that because like I said, if they're adding other colorways, I wanted to make sure that she could choose the one that she likes the best. It's been a little while since I've mentioned it, so I'm going to mention it now. I know it's down there at the bottom of the screen, but in case you missed it before this morning, today's stream and yesterday's stream are dedicated to a little girl named Harper. Harper is suffering from some major health issues that sprang up on her suddenly. This poor little girl has just suffered so much already, but she's strong. She's fighting it. She's a fighter. The good news is this week she was able to open her eyes for a little while, and she had a little bit of a setback, but now she's back awake again. So if you are interested, if you have a couple of extra dollars that you can send to this poor family to help with some of their medical bills, please consider doing so. If you do !Harper Strong in chat, it will give you a link to their GoFundMe page. Please consider donating if you can. I understand times are hard for everybody, so not everyone is able to give monetarily. I understand. If nothing more, please at least send a prayer her way for a speedy recovery and some healing, because this poor little girl she's been through so much already in just a few short weeks. Hopefully she's on the mend now. Hopefully she will be better here soon. If you're interested in following her story, you can follow them on Facebook at #HarperStrong. You can follow her story there as well. Poor little girl. All right. That is it. Just going to anchor this real quick. Brad wants to know, does Joyce know how to do Zoom in case you have a snowstorm down there? Well, not yet, but that is one of the things that I'm talking to her about. The good news, however, is that Joyce is only 3/4 of a mile from me. So I'm pretty sure that even in a snowstorm, she could make her way over here. We usually don't get that much snow that it would be a problem. But either way, it is definitely something that we are looking into. We had a discussion about it yesterday. I was actually talking to Cheryl about it as well. So it might be something that we end up doing. We'll have to wait and see. Alright guys, that's it for this quilt. Take a look. The binding is officially on it. Yay! Looks like I've got a handful of strings. So now my next step with this quilt will be to throw it in the washing machine with like 10 color catchers because of all this black. I will probably throw it in the washer after we're done with our laundry, just in case. I like to wash all of my quilts at least once before I gift them, to make sure that in case anything does happen with it, it doesn't happen with the new owner, it happens with me. So then that way, hopefully, whatever it is, I can fix it, and the new owner does not go into a panic thinking they ruined their brand new quilt that I gave them simply because they tried to wash it. I also give an instruction sheet. I found an instruction sheet online through a Facebook group or something forever ago. It's an instruction sheet on how to wash a quilt. I also give a copy of that to whoever I gift a quilt to, so that they know how to take care of it. But basically, once I've washed it the first time in a cold water, depending on the quilt, sometimes I'll wash it more than once. But usually I'll wash it in cold water and then dry it in the dryer, so that it does any type of shrinking or anything that it's going to do. And then I gift it that way, and then usually there's no issues. I just tell people to wash it separate from everything else, at least the first few times, and not to wash it very often. You know, you want to wash it, but just don't wash it like every week. You don't want to do that to it, because the fabrics will fade over time if you do that. Patty says, brilliant quilt, Daddy. Oh, thank you very much, Patty. I appreciate that. This was one of my favorites. This is a PMQ. This is Olympia. You guys saw me make this on the channel. If you're new to the channel and you want to see me make this, you could just go to the Cotton Cuts playlist and look for the Olympia quilt. You can see it there. You can see me making it. It just came back from the long arm this past weekend. I actually went and picked it up on Saturday. I went and picked it up last Saturday. So it came back from the long arm last Saturday, so now I'm putting the binding on it. Sorry, there's lots of threads here. And so now it's ready to go in the washing machine before it gets gifted. This particular quilt, I don't think he's watching right now, but this particular quilt is for Lucas. I think I told him about it. I may not have. I know he's not watching right now because he's driving, so if he doesn't know about it, he will soon enough. But this specific one is actually for Lucas. I'm just trimming up all the little threads that are sticking through the binding on the back. Mom and Cheryl were trimming up a bunch of threads yesterday for me, which I appreciated that. But I usually wait until after I'm done with the binding to trim up the threads, because then that way I know what's actually poking through and what's not. I just find it easier that way. Yes, I do really like this. This one is another one of my favorites. And if I hadn't already decided that I was going to give it away, I probably would have kept it for myself, because this is my jam. This one is definitely me. This one speaks to my personality with regards to the bright, bold colors and the rainbow effect that it kind of threw out. And I absolutely love this one. This one is a little bit hard to part with, but that was always the intention when I purchased it. So it will go to a new home. Terry says they still have some Olympia on the website. Oh, really? Well, that's interesting. I don't know that I would want to buy another one to put another one together, but I do love the fabric. Fabric is beautiful. So yeah, if you guys are interested in making one of these for yourself, they still have one. They still have them on the Cotton Cuts website. If you do ! Cotton Cuts in chat, it'll give you a link to their website. I'm pretty sure it's either Cotton Cuts or CC. I can't remember which. You do that, it'll give you a link to the website. You can go over there, check it out. Terry says they still have this particular one on the shelf left, so if you guys are interested in making this specific one. And then I have a video tutorial on every single clue on my channel, so if you're if you need help with it, check out any of those videos and they will help you, hopefully. If they don't, send me an email and I'm happy to help however I can. Patty says, I decided to make Conquering Mount Scrapmore with Brenda's Psychedelic Snowflake Sew Along. It's a very beautiful quilt. Wow, Patty, that is a lot of words. Did you post that on Facebook already? I feel like maybe you did. I feel like maybe I saw it. If not, please do so. I'd love to see it. Just trimming threads. Ooh. What colorway is this? This was... I do not recall. Give me a moment. That is an excellent question. I do not recall. I know I say it in all of my videos, but I do not recall. So give me a second here. Let me look. It is Vittorio. 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 I'm sorry. This wasn't Olympia. This was Piazza. My bad. Olympia is in my living room. This was the Piazza quilt. Oh, I've been calling it the Olympia the whole time. This was Piazza. My apologies. This was Piazza. The Olympia one I did was back in 2021, and that one was the purple and green. I don't remember the name of it. I don't think I have the book anymore. Let me see. I did not keep the book, I don't think. I keep all my clues. I usually keep the books for them too. Let's see if I have it. I have the clues. No, I have the clues, but I don't have the book for Olympia, so I don't remember what the name of that colorway was. My apologies. I'll have to look it up if you really are interested. But this was not Olympia, as I originally said. This was Piazza. I'm glad you made me look. Sophie, no, this was this one was not so. This was not Sophie. This one was a different colorway. Excuse me. Danny, I've seen a few people post their blocks on her Facebook page. Oh, okay. I'll have to take a look. Yeah, sorry, this one was not Olympia. This one was Piazza. I don't know why I was thinking Olympia. So the Olympia I have in my living room. That one was my absolute favorite because that one is all of my favorite colors. It was purple, it was lime green, and it was bright orange. Those are my three favorite colors. And that one was my three favorite colors. So it's like perfect. Dawn says, gotta run, everyone. No problem, Dawn. We appreciate you being here. Thanks for joining us today. Have a happy Sunday to you, and we will see you again next week. Terry says, it's okay. I wanted to share the correct info, so I see they sometimes have left on the bolt ends of the fabric. Oh, yeah, Terry. Sorry about that. Yeah, no, this one was, I appreciate that though. I do appreciate that. But this one is Piazza, and it's Vitario. I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm not really sure. I just know I love the fabric. I know the fabric line. The fabric line is Michael Miller's Kaleidoscope. That is the name of the fabric line. So if you're interested in this fabric line, look for Michael Miller's Kaleidoscope. I do know that because I absolutely loved this fabric line. I don't know if you guys can see it, but these are all bugs. It's so cute. Like little bugs. So cute. I love it. Love, love, love it. And you guys, the colors that you guys are seeing on the screen are subdued. These are neon colors. They're completely you guys know the colors on my screen are just they're crap. These are neon colors. These are not reds and blues. These are hot pinks and blues and oranges and greens. So it's very neon. I love it. My favorite. Alright, it looks like I have trimmed all of the threads, so now this quilt is ready to go into the washing machine. That's what I wanted to know, Danny. Yeah, Michael Miller's Kaleidoscope. I know that for certain. Yeah. It's going to be very unfancy folding. But this one will make its way into the washing machine sometime today. And then it will be ready to be gifted probably by tomorrow. I will check for threads again after it goes through the washing machine because you guys know as well as I do, when everything shrinks up, the threads have a tendency to pop back out. So I will check for threads again and then go ahead and gift it off. Looks like we've got about 30 minutes left of the stream, so I think I'm going to pull out a project that I've been working on in the background for just a few minutes that we can work on. Set this one aside. I have another quilt that's with this bag over here. Well, you guys can't see it, but there's another garbage bag there with another quilt in it that needs a binding. But I'll work on that one later. For now, pull out another project. Hold, please. Pay no attention to the mess behind the curtain. Pay no attention to the mess behind the curtain. So, I was telling you guys that I am making pencil cases for Christmas. So, I'm going to pull out some pencil cases, and we're going to make a pencil case too. They still have 2 of the fabrics. Oh, okay, Terry, thank you. Out of curiosity, which 2? Is it the black with the bugs and the white with the bugs? Are those the 2 that are left? The one I really want to find is the one we were actually using for the binding, which is this black, which is this colorful polka dot on the black background. I really liked that one. I really loved that particular fabric. It was awesome. Okay. So, let me show you. Oh, figures. I can't actually show you what it looks like. We've made them on the channel before. When Susie was back on the channel with us, we were making some. Of these. Sorry. Coughing. We were making some, but I'm going to make some more. I have to pull up the machine here for a minute because I need to get my zipper foot out because I like to use the zipper foot for this particular project. We'll probably be able to get one done, maybe in half an hour. Should be able to get one done. Do I use black thread or red thread? I think I'm going to switch over to red thread here just for a second, guys. I don't think I like the black thread on this. Let me switch my thread real quick. It'll only take a second. Pull the black out. I will show you guys what I am up to. Excuse me. Coffee. Lemon, you said lemon and honey, right? Equal parts lemon and honey with really warm water, right? That's what you said? gonna try that. That helps. I've taken regular, some Delsum cough medicine this morning, which, by the way, let me just say that liquid cough medicine has come a long way with regards to flavor. Oh my god, it was like drinking candy this morning. It was so good. I made Mr. Wizard try it. I'm like, oh my gosh, you gotta try this. It is so good. Like, what happened to the crap, the really gross cough medicine we used to have to take as a kid? Where is that stuff? This is not it. So I thought that was funny. Excuse me, coffee again. Okay. I'm going to use the red thread for this because I think the red thread's going to look a little bit better on these particular fabrics. Go. Here we go. I'm using the zipper foot for my machine. I am going to be putting a zipper on these, and I found the zipper foot obviously works the best for the... It works great for the zipper, but it also works great for everything else as well. My zipper foot is a 1/4 inch. You're going to want to double check the size on yours. But mine is a 1/4 inch, so that makes things really easy. Alright, let's see. They just say Fabric D and Fabric C. One is a black background with neon lines, and the other is a white background with flower sketches. Oh, okay. Yeah, I know which ones you're talking about. That's, I don't know if you guys can, no, you can't see. I can show you guys here. So this one here is the flower, the white background with the flowers. The camera will focus. Thank you. Focus, focus, focus. And then this one here, which is really small here. I don't know if I got a bigger piece of it. Here's a bigger piece. This piece right here. I don't know if you guys can see this here. But this is the black with the lines. Those are the two that she's talking about. Again, focus. Focus. Camera's being dumb, but that's where it's at. Those are the two fabrics that she says are still available at cottoncuts.com if you're interested in those. Obviously not the whole thing. Unless they have a kit that's still available. But those are the fabrics. So thank you for checking that out. I appreciate that. Brad said yes. Okay, good. See, I remembered. I'm going to try it. Thank you, Terry. She says, yep, that's them. Spinning seams on 108 4 patches. Good to have company. Oh my goodness. My goodness, Katie. That is a lot. That is a lot. Well, we are glad to have you. Alright, so we are going to make a quick pencil case. You guys have seen me make this before, but I will walk through the tutorial on it again for you. So I need 4 pieces of fabric that are, I don't know how many pieces of fabric are. 8.5. 8.5 by 5 pieces of fabric. 8.5 by 5. I need 4 pieces. Now you can do this a bunch of different ways. I have 2 pieces of each, so I'm going to have one pattern on the inside and one pattern on the outside. And I have matched up my pieces, my fabrics here, how I want the patterns to go. This is going to be the inside, and this is going to be the outside. Terry says, in the future, I may make the village green in my own fabrics. Should be interesting. Yeah, Terry, that'll be really interesting. Did they give you the dimensions of each piece? That would be my concern, is actually having to cut the fabric to the sizes that they've already cut it for me. That would be the part that's intimidating to me. Okay, so let me show you guys how to do this if you're interested. If you're not interested, then just tune me out. But I take the inside fabric, the fabric that I want on the inside, I want it face up, and I'm going to put that on the bottom, and then I'm going to take my zipper, and I want my zipper face up. So I want the little pull tab thingy facing up on the left-hand side, and I'm going to lay that on the top edge, and then I'm going to take my outside fabric face down on top of the zipper and line up all the edges. And I'm going to use a pin, and I'm going to pin the edges all together. Lining everything up so that it matches nice. The zipper is a 9-inch zipper, and the pieces, oh, it's 9.5. The zipper is a 9-inch piece, and the fabric should be exactly 9 inches as well. So everything should line up pretty close. It looks like the zipper is about 1/4 of an inch off, so not a big deal. Alright, I'm going to start sewing at the top where the zipper head is. So I'm actually going to open the zipper a little bit so that that head is not in my way. Barbara says, beautiful. Well, thank you very much for that, Barbara. I appreciate that. And we're going to start needle down. I'm going to turn my automatic reverse and cut on my machine so then that way it doesn't for me automatically so I don't have to pay attention to it. And I'm going to go ahead and start. Now I am running the zipper foot. I've got my needle on the left side of my zipper foot and I'm running that foot right along the edge of my zipper. That's the way I want to do this particular piece. So that's what I'm going to do. Take the pin out, Dee. Don't drive over top of your pins. Okay, so now I've gotten to where I've pulled my zipper to, so I'm going to lift my foot up, keep my needle down, open the pieces, and pull my zipper forward. Close the zipper. Hi, Melina. Good morning. So good to see you. Thanks. I'm so glad you were able to join us. It's probably the stupid time change, right? Just pin out. So all the way up. All the way up to the end. Good morning. Well, she says good morning. Is it still morning over by you? Alright, so now I've gone ahead and sewn it. So I'm going to open it up and I'm going to press it with my finger. And I am right along that zipper edge, which is where I want to be on this one. You press it open, the top layer, and then I'm going to pull back the bottom layer and press it open as well with my finger. Get it nice and flat. And then I'm going to actually run I'm going to stitch it one more time to make sure that these two pieces are kind of adhered together. Okay, I'm going to run it through one more time. Pull the zipper open, my needle down, and run it down. There we go. Close the zipper. Melina says almost noon. Well, then I guess it's still morning by you. That's all right. All right. It's been a busy morning for her. No problem. We understand. Alright, so now that that one is sewn up, it looks like I kind of missed a little bit of the edge here. So I'm just going to sew that up real quick. I kind of did the start on the edge. Let me turn that off. We're just going to sew this up real quick. There we go. There we go. Alright, so that is one side of our pencil case. So now we need to repeat the process for the other side. On this side, we're going to build backwards. So we're going to take the outside fabric, face up on the bottom, lay our zipper down. Close my zipper for right now. Makes it easier to pin it. And then our inside fabric face down again. We want to try and make sure that our fabrics are lined up. Now the zipper is going to might be a little off, but we want to make sure our fabrics are lined up. And then we're going to pin it together. I pin these. If you guys know, I don't normally use pins, but in this particular case, I am using pins because one, the fabric is very silky, so it's sliding all over the place. Plus, this way it holds everything nice and tight for me. Holds everything together for me when I get it under the machine. So I'm going to go ahead and pin things. But you guys know me, normally I don't pin because I hate pinning. I always poke myself. Alright. There we go. Chloe says, nice Christmas fabric. What are you making? I got a phone call. No problem. So we finished the binding on the quilt we were working on. And so I had about 30 minutes left of the stream. So I went ahead and pulled out a project that I'm making for Christmas gifts, which is a Christmas pencil case. It's super simple and easy. I've made them on the channel before. When Susie was here visiting us, we made them on the channel. Super sweet girl. I'm teaching her how to sew. She had reached out to me, a couple months ago now. I wanted to learn how to make some clothing that she's working on. So I actually said, sure. And as a matter of fact, you can be a guest on my channel since we had just started the After Dark series, or the After Dark edition. So I told her she could come on the channel and we could print it. So yeah. The fabric is from Amazon. It's just cheap fabric from Amazon. It's silky fabric. It's not really cotton. It's more of a silky fabric from Amazon. But I thought it would make really good pencil cases. So that's what I'm using it for. All right. Let's go ahead and get started. Teresa had a nice win there on the slots machine, on the slots game. She said thanks. She's just trying to win back what she lost. Win some, you lose some. That's how, unfortunately, how those games work. There we go. Just closing up the zipper there. There we go. Sounds like I might need to change my needle out. It's starting to make that noise, that popping noise it makes when it's struggling to get through the fabric. You guys know what I'm talking about. Sounds like it's starting to make that noise. I think I'm going to need to change out my needle here soon. I'll probably do that after the stream. Alright. Alright, so now we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to flip it open, press it down really well with my fingernails. Open this one up too, press it down. This one is not as close to the zipper as the other side, but that's alright. That's fine. There we go. And then I'm just going to run my needle down the machine. There we go. There we go. This step is not necessary, but I like the way it looks when it lays flat. When it's actually open, I feel like it lays flatter. feel like it lays a little flatter this way. So this step is not necessary. It was not part of the instructions, but I decided that I think it needed it. So I went ahead and did it. Terry says, I just found a stack of Tula Pink charm squares. Now, did I make them or did I buy them? She says, no clue. We've all been there. All right, so now I want to open the zipper about halfway, and I'm going to take the two right sides and I'm going to fold them and match them up together. So I'm sewing on the inside of the fabric. So I have the inside fabric is out, and the outside fabric is right sides facing together. The zipper is backwards. So now I'm going to sew down this bottom edge here. And I'm just going to keep the presser foot on there. It's a 1/4 inch foot anyway, so it should be fine. Go ahead and anchor my corner here and just sew down the edge. Katie, I have to agree with you. She says, either way, it's a great find, Terry. Absolutely, 100%. Okay, now I've got the bottom edge sewn. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to roll this open. So I'm going to open up the center here. So that the zipper is on the bottom. And I'm going to kind of roll it to one side for a minute. And I'm going to open up this seam. Okay, and I'm just going to finger press this seam open. Give it a nice hard press. Now, if you wanted to, you could use an iron. Just be really careful with that zipper, because sometimes the zippers are plastic and the iron can melt them. So be careful. If you're using a plastic zipper, I'd be really, really careful. So I'm just going to open it with my finger. Push down really hard with my fingernail. Get it nice and flat as best I can. And now I'm going to roll it one more time, and I'm going to line it up so that my seam lines up with my zipper on both sides. Okay, so they're both running down the center. Gonna flatten it out. Now you could pin it here if you wanted to, but all we want to do now is we want to close both of these edges. So I'm going to run a 1/4 inch seam all the way down and close up both of these edges. This is why you leave the zipper open, because when you try to pull this out, you're going to need to have that zipper open so you can pull it out. Yeah, definitely can hear that I need a new needle. I'm going to be able to get through this project, but after that I'm going to need to change out my needle. Alright, so now I'm going to do the other side. I'm going to make sure my zipper's open. I'm going to actually open it all the way now, because I'm going to need it open for the next step. So I'm going to go ahead and open it all the way now. Put the zipper down. Make sure this edge, the seam is open. Now this would be probably a great time to pin it, because you want to make sure that zipper stays closed as you're sewing. So if you need to pin it, now would be a great time to do that. I am going to live on the wild side and not pin it. We'll see how it goes. Wish me luck. Chloe says she's tracing an embroidery pattern of daisies. Ooh, that sounds pretty. Is that so? Are you going to try and embroider it or hand sew it, or why are you tracing it? I'm sure there's a reason. There is a method to your madness, I'm sure. All right, so that end is closed. It could have been a little tighter, but that's all right. All right, so now what I need to do is I need to make, this is a, now I could just leave it like this, but it's a pencil case, so I want to box out the corners. So this is how I'm going to do it. I'll show you. I'm going to take my fingers, I'm going to go on the inside, and I'm going to take the back and the front, and I'm going to pinch it so that it makes a triangle. I don't know if you guys can see. So this is the bottom of the case. This is the front, because there's the zipper. There's the top. And I'm pinching it so that it makes a triangle so that my seam runs right down the center of that triangle. Okay, I'm going to open up my seam here so that it's nice and flat. Okay. It's a little tricky, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to get it done. It's going to happen. There we go. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the tip of this triangle and I'm going to line that up with the 1-inch line on my machine. I've got a 1-inch line that runs along here, and I'm going to line this tip up with that 1-inch line, and I'm going to sew a straight line from here to here with this matching up to that 1-inch line all the way across. Lay it down on the machine. Make sure that seam is nice and flat. Line it up to the 1-inch line. Get that needle down. And I'm going to sew right down the center. Nice straight line. There we go. So now I've got a little triangle here. It's a little off. I can see it from this side, but I can see the triangle there. Okay. Do the same exact thing to the other side. So again, pinch the corners to make a triangle. Open up the seam. This one's a little tricky because the zipper is in the seam, so it's a little bit tricky to get it to fold. It will fold. Lay it down on the 1-inch line. And sew a straight line across. Yeah, Linda, I know. One of these days I'll have another machine, another camera, I promise. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and, before I cut these corners off, because I'm going to actually want to cut these corners off, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pop these open to see if my corners are boxed, because I can always pull this out right now if it didn't box. So this is what I want it to do. You guys can see the box? That's what I want it to do. I want it to box like that, which is perfect. So now I know I can cut those. So I'm going to do that to the exact opposite side. Mama Harden says, sorry, I have to go. My great-granddaughter has to be picked up, but we'll try to catch you next time. No problem, Marma. We appreciate you hanging out with us today. Welcome to the channel. We hope you had a great time, and we hope to see you back again. Sunday mornings, 10:30 a.m. Central Time is usually when our stream starts. Today it started a half an hour later because I had a family thing. But otherwise, it's Sunday mornings at 10:30 a.m. Central Time. Thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it. We're just going to finish up this one pencil case here, and then we'll probably head out as well. So I'm going to go ahead and do the other two corners real quick. So, but yes, I do wish that I had another camera that I could show you guys another camera angle. And that is my next upgrade, which will probably be in 2024. That will be my next equipment upgrade, will be a second camera. Just show you guys what I'm doing. Chloe says, I'm going to embroider white daisies with yellow centers for a mini barn quilt I started last year for my mother-in-law. Oh, that sounds nice. Chloe is super talented. She posts pictures in our Facebook group all the time of the project she's working on. Oh, her quilts are breathtaking. They are just breathtakingly beautiful. She is so talented. So talented. All right. So up this corner here. All right, so let me pop this open, make sure that it boxes the way I want it to. Yep. It boxes up really nicely. Excuse me. So let me go ahead and trim these corners up real fast, and then you guys can actually see what the finished product looks like, because that's all we needed to do. Okay. Yes, Katie, a camera would be a really great Christmas item. Absolutely. Yes, I need to get a second camera, and I need to get a way to connect the two cameras to the computer. So I need to figure that out. That's what I need to do. All right. go. So I went ahead and trimmed them. Hi, Nancy. You're just catching us on the end of it here. We're just finishing up our second project of the day and getting ready to finish out the stream here. So let me pop out these corners one more time for you guys so you can see what I got. So this is a cute little pencil case. Pop it open like this. Pull the zipper closed. And voila, pencil case. See the box corner there, box is there. It's nice on the desk. If we didn't box out the corners, excuse me, if we didn't box out the corners, it would lay more flat, and it would be more of a very flat case. And we didn't want the flat case. We wanted it to be a little bit more. We wanted a little bit more height to it so that pencils and other things could fit inside of it. Go. Ta-da! The cute little Christmas gift. Super quick and easy, really simple to do. I bought a bunch of, you saw me guys, I have a bunch of zippers here in bulk from Amazon, and I bought the fabric from Amazon. It was super inexpensive. It's more of a silky than a cottony, so it's definitely not a fabric I would use for a quilt. So I'm actually glad that I bought it specifically for this type of a project, because I would not have used this for a quilt or any type of quilting project for sure. So I'm really glad that this is what I decided to use it with. But there you go. Ta-da! 2 completed projects. That's right, Katie. Yep, we finished the binding on our quilt. You guys can't see it because it's behind the box here, but we finished the binding on our quilt, and then we made a quick pencil case. So that's what I'm going to be spending the majority of my day doing, is on pencil cases. I have some fabric coming in for Christmas scrunchies as well, so we'll get back to making those at some point as well. You guys saw me make those a couple times, but I'll probably show you those again. Yes, absolutely, Nancy. Thanks for that. For sure, she said, thanks to the replay, I can watch again later. Not a problem. Before you guys head out, please, just a reminder, please hit that like button if you haven't already. Make sure you tickle it. It likes it. Excuse me. Thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you so much for joining me yesterday, if you were able to. If you did not catch yesterday's stream and you've got some time, check out the replay. It was a lot of fun. We had a great time working on this project and hanging out with my mom and her friend Cheryl. All right, guys, I will see you all again next week. I did post a schedule to my Instagram and to our Instagram, to our Facebook, and even to the community page here on YouTube of what our schedule is going to be like. It is Sunday streams for the rest of the month. There are no more Saturday streams for this month, and I will not have a stream at all for the weekend of Thanksgiving, because it turns out I'm going to have to do some traveling. So I'm going to have to be careful. All right, guys, you have a great one. Thank you again so much, and I will see you all again next weekend. Take care. Bye-bye.